Hello there, it's me, earthmanbrick, and we're back with another Blokees, but this is a big one. Really big one. This is Action Master Soundwave. And yeah, it is freaking massive. Look at it. Absolute glorious. And he comes with 4 of his cassette buddies. So we've got what is it, the Pile Drivers guy, we've got Ravage, we've got Radman, we've got Laserbeak, as well as the Soundwave himself. And he comes with fully articulated fingers and stuff, because again, they're going for a different kind of vibe with this one. Also has lights, magnet activated eyes and sound effects as well, so lots of cool stuff in here. Now, this whole set, I mean, look at the chunk of the thing. This whole set here was less than £40. Absolute bargain, because usually whenever you get a box this size of like what is it, like model kit or Gundam, Gunpla, whatever you call it, you're looking at least £100 at the very least for a box this size. Now for this to all be pre-colored, pre-done and everything, and again, look, no glue, no need to paint, no need to snip stuff off the sprues, because you can just pluck it off the sprue frame, which I do with my miniatures as well. It's the best thing about miniatures, is to wind up all the people who say, oh no, you've got to use special sprue cutters and things. It's like, no, twisty, or mold lines, don't worry about that. But yeah, I'm gonna go open this up right after we look at the back of the box. So we've got the Soundwave here. Let me just fix this bloody camera, stop it all juttering about and shit. There we go. So yeah, we've got Cybertron in there, or it could be Chinese. I can't read it either, so it's, well, pretty much a null moot point. Now you see here with the legs, these 2 plates move as the knee moves and stuff as well, so you've got all that kind of going on. You do have faux cassettes. This is like because you get them in the bot mode, but they don't actually transform. Nothing transforms with the Blokees, at least not yet. I have got, some little things, like this little vehicle here. This is a totally different kit, and it actually transforms. It opens up to reveal the guns, just like Rodimus Primal and stuff. But yeah, so you do sometimes, very, very rarely, get some sort of element of transformation with some of your Blokees. Definitely not this one. What else we got going on here? Yeah, it's just going on about perfect color assignment. And yeah, they spare no details in going through the whole thing. You've got all the coloured sprue frames there, so everything's pre-coloured, no faffing about or anything. Exclusive accessories, customizable components, allow for multiple display options. Movable body. Duh. I mean, if it's called Action Master, you would bloody well expect it to have that. So I'm just gonna peel off this sticker, and we'll see what we get inside. Oh, bloody hell. And yeah, there's going to be lots of noises, so there you go. And it's all going to be in plastic baggies. Bloody hell. Loads and loads and loads. Oodles and canoodles. And what else we got here? I wonder if we get any cards or... Okay, that's the box all empty now. Nothing left in there. And bloody hell. So we've got this. Please read all instructions before using this product. Nope. So this is the Action Edition Soundwave. And this is all the instructions here. So it tells you how to assemble That's all the different sprue frames. Yep, this is actually quite a thick pamphlet of instructions. Let's see here. So there he is. Oh, they've spelt him wrong. That should be Frenzy. One of the most debated things is like whether he's Rumble or Frenzy. But yep, he looks great. Should scale very nicely. And yeah, he's on 5 different sprues apparently. So that's quite cool. And there's Ratbat. Yeah, a nice fair amount of articulation with these guys as well. And lots of nice little components. We've got Ravage here as well. Ravage, of course, doesn't seem to have quite as much articulation, but he's got enough. Or she. I think Ravage was always a he. You tend to gender swap the characters nowadays. And there's Laserbeak. And the cool thing about this Laserbeak is that it's his Cybertronian version, so he's just got the one eye, which is kind of cool. Yeah. So this might take a hell of a long time to actually assemble. What I'll do is I'll just... oh wow, Rumble's actually pretty big. He's actually bigger than... oh, and there's a miniature Soundwave. That's kind of cool. And the faux cassettes. I think I'm going to try and open these up in different orders, so I'm going to go back to the instructions here and make sure I get the small guys done and dusted out the way first. So put that to one side and we'll tackle Rumble first. So we've got those 2 parts in this bag and some sort of weird Decepticon symbol thing there. I think that might be the magnet key for activating the lights and sound effects. I don't bloody know. Right, and I think these bigger sprue frames, these will all be for Soundwave himself, so I'll try and organize it. Okay, this is the stand for all the figures. It's actually quite nicely detailed. We'll get a look at it much later on. So, oh, that's Ratbat. Although there does seem to be some overlap with some of the sprues and stuff. Okay. So this will be all the bits for Frenzy. Got the yellow bits here. Let's try and assemble Rumble if we can. Why they need so many baggies, I'm not too sure. Always make sure when you're chucking away the baggies that you absolutely empty them all out. There we go. Guessing that's possibly Soundwave Pfizer? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, that's definitely not part of Rumble. It's I don't even know. Yeah, these are guys are pretty damn well engineered. Right. Yeah. That's Soundwave's front panel. So yeah, I think it is all just kind of mixed about, unfortunately. But yeah, those pile drivers, those are some size. Pile drivers are batteries. That looks like possibly wings for Laserbeak. Not too sure. Does it say on it? It says made in China. Great. So it does actually have the sprues labeled, the ones that you'll need. So this is G1 part. And definitely not these, so I'll put those to one side. Running out of places to put everything. I think that's a problem with me having limited space here. So we've got this red one, B1. Again, these sprues are all very well labelled, so that's good. Guessing those parts are for laser beak. Bits of guns and stuff as well. But it's probably worth my while just emptying out all these baggies and just finding out all the sprue names so we can... Right, so A1, we've got parts of this one. And again, it's all labelled, each item and component. And there's corresponding numbers on the sprue frame as well. So A1, 1. So it's this part. Ooh, that is it does come off nicely. So we should be able to put those two parts together right off the bat. There we go. That's pretty cool. And the next one we need is the A3 frame. So move these frames over here. Sprue frames this. I1, I think? I'm not sure. Yeah, Soundwave is probably the most iconic Transformer because I believe the Decepticon logo was based on his face initially. So we've got A3 here. What's this one? B1. I don't think that's one of the sprue frames, so keep A3 here. This one is H2. We definitely don't need that. A1 we were previously using. Okay. So what do we got here? This is F1, which definitely isn't any of these parts. A2, yep. This one's H3. Which is, I believe, the name of Ethan Klein's podcast. H3. Which is meant to be the old internet slang for hee hee. I2. Nope, that's definitely not one of the ones we need. C2. Nope. And one bag left. And yeah, I think with all these leftover sprue frames as well, we'll be able to do some magic jiggery pokery with those. So that's H1. Don't need that. This is the one we need. This is E1. So that's all the sprue frames we've got here that we need for this build. And that's obviously for Redbed. Bloody hell, Redbed's head is huge. I think this guy's going to turn out pretty great. So, we can now juggle between these sprue frames. We don't need this red one. There to one side. So, these are the guns for his back. Pop these off. And yep, you definitely don't need sprue cutters or anything for this. It's all twisty out and no cleanup needed. These just pop into his back. And the cool thing about these is that With the original toy, you could pop them off and use them as pistols. And I'm guessing you can do the same here as well. Now drill bits here. I wonder if that's an optional thing for later. And where's it? His head. I don't see his head part anywhere. And it's not labelled as a part. That's a bit scary. Okay. Oh damn it. I just chucked that screw and need it for his fists. So that's his fists here. Again, just twisty off. There we go. And I'm just going to assemble this one whilst I'm talking, and then I'll speed up and go through all the rest, because I don't want to bore you to tears and make this video like 3 hours longer than it needs to be. So we need A3, and it's parts 25 and 27. 25 and 27, so that's 25 here and 27 there. That's the front and back of the head. Go. It's both those bits, and I think these bits will be part of his legs or upper arms. We'll find out. But yeah, I think suffice to say you definitely need to use the instructions when using it. Ah, there's his head. It was in the bag. So we just put that there. And that is a beautiful head sculpt. And pop that on now. Oh my goodness. It's so satisfying, the sound. You don't get a whole lot of articulation or movement. Seems to be butting up against the sides of these bits here, but that's fine. Because it looks cool. So the next parts are G1. So I think we use everything that's on this sprue. I believe. Because these are all the corresponding colours. Okay. Now those two parts I just popped off are 5 and 6. 3 and 5 apparently is the ones I need. I think I popped off the wrong bits. Okay, 3. There's 3. There it is. Ah, I see. So you need to combine these two bits together. Is it this way? There we go. These just snap on. There we go. He's looking pretty buff already. Now, for these lower arms, we need to go back to A1 and A3. Bloody hell. So on A3, it's part 23. So it's these two parts. Here and here. And on A1, the screw, it's 3 and 4. And these two parts should just snap together. fit. And now it's just a case of popping on the fists. There we go. He's already looking pretty damn bloody good. And yeah, he's a good bit larger. That's a defense class, so he's actually significantly larger than your defender scale Blokees. So the next parts are the legs. So we've got these two parts already, and we need these two parts here. Go. And yeah, everything is just a joy to put together. There's no needless friction or anything. Absolute joy. Bloody well manufactured. So on A2 we get the feet. I think the only real bad bit is that you've got to kind of jump between these quite a bit. So we've got part 7 are the actual feet themselves. So that's these two parts, and the lower legs are also on A2, part 16 and 18. So these are the lower legs here. I'll just pop these all off. Front and back of the leg. Oops. Up on his feet, and again it's a nice satisfying little snap sound as soon as it pops on. Okay, and it's this part is the outside of the leg. The inside is relatively flat. So we'll just pop on these parts. Oh wait, no, we're missing the waist, which is on A3. So that's A2, A1, A3, and it's this part here. There we go. So this just pops on right there, and even though it's more of a kind of a ball joint part, it's just more or less a kind of a swivel. It's hard to tell which is the front and which is the back, so close enough. Okay, that's the front of the legs there. These just pop on. Bloody hell, and that's a flipping good size for Rumble. So let's see. Now there's a defender scale. So he's absolutely towering over him. And this is your galaxy scale right here. So he's just kind of in between the two. But yeah, that's bloody good. And again, you can take off these parts on the back here. You can hold them as pistols. There we go. And that's pretty cool. And everything feels nice and tight. There's no loosey-goosey. I think it was the Furai model kits I had a lot of issues with. they used rubber parts and things. It felt really cheap. I mean, the models look great, but they don't feel great, and they don't hold up nearly as well as these Blokees do. Okay, I'm starting to wonder, have I put this on the wrong way around or not? I'm going to pop these off, stick them on this way. Yeah, it does seem to get a bit more clearance on this side. But yeah, so far so good. Really dig it. And let's see, for the pile drivers, I might as well assemble those. I think we need, well, we can use up the rest of this sprue frame. Put that to one side. And he would use these pile drivers whenever he was wanting to generate an earthquake or something. So sprue frame complete. Now, for these bits, it looks like there's a bit more assembly needed. So it looks like we use, what is it? These parts are all A3. So I think it's these two parts here. There we go. And A1, 14 and 15. So it's these parts here. Them all off. I think it's just a case of sticking these together. Yep, these attach no problem. Now this is where it gets a little bit more complicated, so we've got to put this part, trying to interpret it correctly. Not entirely sure where these go. So that would connect there. Ah, I see. So there's little holes here and here where this part kind of plugs into. So that goes in there. And this has to go in first as well. Go. That seems okay. So that's our first pile driver. The other one, now that we know what we're doing, should be easy enough to make. So we just pop that in there. Just hold this loosely on top. Pop this bit in. We go. So that's those, and it shows that you don't even need to take off the fists or anything, at least not for the pile drivers. So you would just hold them, the arms out like this, so you're going to get them to a T pose and then roll the arms down. And then You just sort of kind of slot in here. This part goes up and covers the fist. This is a bit turned, so make sure that's nice and flush. There we go. So that's that there. So you can attach the pile drivers on that way, which is cool. But you also have drill fists that you can pop on. So if we go back to our silver sprue, I'll just pop these ones to one side because I think we're done with that. So we've got these pointy drill bits here. Well, I've got one. I think one's just fallen off. Yeah, where did it go? It's vanished. Well, we did have it, but now it's kind of gone by the wayside. But yeah, I think you use this part here. What was it? EP24. Ah, these parts here. So just pop out one of those. Pop out our drill bit thingy-majig here. And that just slots on. Nice satisfying snap. Pop off his fist. That pops on. Now we have his drill hands, which is a very cool option. And they do actually spin if you just twist them with your hand. But no, I dig that. It's very cool. I think that's awesome. Yeah. It's definitely a nice thing to have. It does fairly dig into your into your fingers a bit. But yeah, very cool. And I suppose the cool thing is as well is that, can you store this in here? Yeah, you can sort of store that in there. A little bit messy, but it's not the worst. So you can just have him with these regular fists. Very cool. I dig this guy. Now I just need to find that other bloody drill bit and store it in here so that I don't bloody lose it. But anyway, bye for now. See you again soon. We're back. Without much further ado, it's time for the... I don't know, what do you call it again when you speed things up? Time lapse. Here we go. Hello again, and we're back. And here he is, all done and dusted. Bloody hell. This is, this took over 2 hours to build everything. And yeah, it's fun to build. It's I mean, everything comes together, no problem. There was one tiny little bit that snapped off, just this, and it wasn't a cause for concern or anything because it was one of the bits on the feet, and there's actually 4 hoops, so like 3 is more than enough to secure it. And there's a whole bunch of other parts and bits and bobs as well that all come into making it work. But yeah, this guy's articulation and whatnot is absolutely fantastic. Let me just sort this guy's arm out because I've not reattached it. There we go. When you hear it snap, that's it in good and proper. Yeah. Come on. Not sure why it's not wanting to peg in. Can't take off this folder bit now. So let's see. Okay, it's on more sturdy now. I think, no? Oh dear. The other arm's fine. I don't know why this one's acting all dodgy. Not quite fully in there. Just... Yep, it still wants to come off easily enough. But anyway, does this arm come off easy? Yeah, it does. I think it's just the way it's set up. Still, it's not like the arms are just falling off. It's pretty good. And you've got like individual finger articulation that's so small I can't bloody well see it. But yeah, you can see there. You can curl up his fingers. So it's all the way like that. And that to me is bloody impressive because these fingers were directly on the sprue frame. So I don't know how. They must have assembled it on the sprue frame. I'm not entirely sure how that works. But yeah, they're all on individual ball joints. So you can do all sorts of poses and things, which is kind of incredible, really. So yep, you can just flip those around and you can have them giving out the devil's horns. There you go. Boom. I don't think the thumb has any additional articulation. Give it a try. Nope, it's just one piece. But yeah, you can get tremendous articulation with the hands. It's pretty remarkable, really. And yep, his tape deck does in fact open up. Push down that and the cassette comes out. It doesn't really do much. A nice little feature though is that the spools for, if I move this down, let me just adjust the focus. There we go, that's a bit better. So you can actually see these little spools on the tape deck there, and yeah, they do actually really rotate. You can see that there. Nice little feature. Didn't have to add it, but yeah, it just... The beautiful thing as well, if I flick it over by the mic, you might not be able to hear it, but it does have that rattly cassette sound. So yeah, it's pretty darn amazing. Yep, you can see there it's just a regular cavity, and these parts do actually slip in, no problem. All clasps up and that goes back up, so you can eject it next time. Beautiful, beautiful. There's no stickers or anything. I've not tried the electronic features yet. We'll leave those till later on. But yeah, I'm very impressed with this guy. The level of articulation is Pretty incredible. Let's see, does he have a double bend at the arm? He does. That's over 90 degrees there. I think we can do even better than that, possibly. Yep. There we go. So that's pretty darn cool. Yeah, the arms would be able to do a full 360 and whatnot as well. Just swings all the way up. It is these shoulders parts do flip in and out a bit. I think there is a bit of a butterfly joint there as well. You can see that kind of moving back and forth. It's not massive, but it's impressive. Legs! Yep, they can move all the way around. And a cool feature is here as well, is that when you bend the legs... Oh, not that part where they fall off. They do go back in and out easy enough. Yeah, well, we'll see this. As this bends, the knee, he's got a double bend at the knee. You can see that there. This panel stays still. And this one, well, it's actually the other way around, but the panel moves forward, which is pretty darn nifty. So yeah, you get nice little details like that. These parts actually come out and swing open. I'm not sure why. It's probably some sort of reference to one of the episodes. Again, totally pointless. Didn't need to do it, but you know, it's a nice little addition. Toe articulation, he does have a bend at the toe, so he can sort of bend it forward and back. So there is ankle rockers as well. I mean, everything's pretty much ball joints and whatnot. I don't know, for some reason the rocker's not working great there. What the hell's happened? And there goes his leg again. Bloody hell. I think it's because I've not snapped it in properly, but it's coming out quite as easily as it is. And that's it back on, and is it going to pull off easy enough? No, it's a good bit sturdier. So let's see. What's happened with this foot? Pull it off. Right, that bit became all wobbly. So yeah, he does have an ankle rocker. So the toe tilts as well. Yeah, that's it fixed now. It's not all loosey-goosey. He does have a bend at the waist here. And an ab crunch too. It's kind of funky. The hip skirts and everything allow that to move up, so he can get over 90 degree. The knee. So yeah, you can get some really interesting poses with this guy. Another cool feature is, I've got it here, is that it comes with base stand. So he's got ports here in the feet, so you can snap them onto those. Let's see how secure those are. Yep, that's pretty darn secure. Not 100%, but it's good enough. And yes, this is a rubberized claw here, so you can see that there. These parts are just completely rubber, more of like a rubbered plastic hybrid kind of going on there. And there is arm. So this is actually a glorified flight stand. And it's got extra articulation here. This part can pop off, so you can add on the claw. The trouble is with the claw and this bit is that there's nowhere to really store it. None of these knobs and things are able to hold it at all. So a bit of a missed opportunity there. It would have been nice to have some sort of storage underneath where all this waffling is. Oh my goodness. I'm getting squeaked at. But I'll move that to one side and we'll move Soundwave to one side. We've got the weapons here. They've got some cool features, so you can switch this around and it can slide back and forth here. And it can also tuck fully up into itself, I believe. No? But yeah, it's designed so that it can clasp in here. There's a couple of ports at the back. So you can have his authentic shoulder cannon. Or sonic blaster. Something like that. So that's kind of cool. And when you're not using it, I think you can just store it in the back. Yep. This part rolls in, and that should go in. There we go. So it can just store on the back there, no problem. He also has a gun. This is it here. And much like the original toy, you can pull out this bit. This part releases and allows the handle to flip out. And there's also another port here. You can just get it. There we go. And that's so it can store on the back. And this is so he can hold it in his hand. And you'll see there's a slot there. There's an empty slot on his hand so you can store it. Speaking of storage, I've got a little cat behind me who's begging. Yes, I hear you, Pops. She needs attention. If she doesn't get attention, she gets stressed and a bit, well, she gets a bit depressed as well. So it's always good to be there for your cats and your pets. So if you take care of them, they take care of you. Isn't that right, Poppers? The amount of times I've almost slept in for work and then she's jumped up on my chest and woken me up. Perfect. Who needs an alarm clock? Got a Poppy. Good girl. So yeah, we've got all that. We'll just store it. Oh wait, I was going to put it in his hand. So there you go. You can see there's a big obvious protrusion there. With this, we've not tried this yet. There we go. And you can just fold the fingers all around. I'm not going to bother. But yeah, it holds in there very nicely. So we just flop back in the handle, collapse this part again, hook that back in, and then it's got nice storage on the back here, just like the original toy, more or less. Let's store this one in the back as well. Pretty nifty. So that's Soundwave himself, but more importantly, what about his cassettes? They're pretty darn cool. So we'll go back to Soundwave soon enough. Let's pop him on his display stand here. There we go. The placement of his hands makes him look a bit nervous, or yeah. Anyway, so we already saw Rumble. He's already got a whole bunch of Skittles and Canoodles features. And just lots of out of it. There we go. So yeah, he looks great. Loads of cool detail. The head cannot do a 360 though. I mean, does it need to? It looks cool enough as is. Does he have... Yep, he does have waist rotation. This guy's articulation is pretty darn good. It's nice to have something a little extra. And of course he can have drill fists or the pile drivers as well, which is pretty darn good. So there's these pile drivers there, and the drill bits can store in there. It's not completely flush, but it's good enough. I would say. So that's pretty cool. We also have Ratbat. Here we go. He was once leader of the Decepticons in the comics for a time. And yep, he's got like a little jaw, and you can see how small and tiny that little jaw piece is. Yeah, I was a bit perturbed when I saw it, I'm not gonna lie. The wings can just roll around like that. Can you go all the way up? No. You can almost turn back into a cassette here. And it's just boom! Yeah, that's kind of cool. I don't think there's anywhere to store this guy. I don't think you can put him on Soundwave shoulders or anything. That's a bit of a shame. But no, it's a nice little feature to include him. He has zero ability to move his head at all. It is technically on a ball joint though, so it should be able to look up and down. Oh yeah, it can move up and down ever so slightly, but yeah, it's it's not a lot. But yeah, Ratbat's pretty cool. Pretty awesome. Size-wise, in comparison to this guy, yeah, Ratbat's fair size. Look at that wingspan. That's pretty cool. And we'll compare them to these guys. Yeah, still damn good size. That's those two. We also have Laserbeak, which comes with a miniaturized. He has a little peg right there. You've actually got two optional legs. You've got this one, or you've got the pegless ones that you can easily pop these in and out again. There we go. And then you can swap around for the other one. I'm just going to pop these back. Just sandwich that close. And again, this is the Cybertronian mode. Laserbeak. His head, top of his head's on a ball joint there. He can go down with his neck about that far. And move it up. Very cool. He's just got basic thrusters in the back. The wings can turn. Yep, that's all they can really do is just turn. They can't move back, they can't move forward. There's nothing else kind of going on there, which is a bit overly basic. Really nice if you could... oh yes, he can actually flap them. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that looks awesome. I'm digging that. And yeah, his legs roll back and forth. He does have... Soundwave does have optional parts on his arms here. You can see there's holes. Now you've got optional panels that you can have it without the holes. So you can just swap these in and out very easily. But in terms of storage, there's nowhere to store those. So that's... again, bit of a missed opportunity. They could have done something with the base there to store all that. Now, how does Laserbeak scale in terms of Ratbat? Well, in terms of the wingspan, yeah. See, Ratbat definitely wins in that department. But then, this is more of a Cybertronian Laserbeak, which I really dig. I love the Cybertronian Laserbeak. I don't think there is any Cybertronian Laserbeak toys, so this is pretty much almost the only way so far to properly get it. And yeah, it's got a lot of nice detail on there. I dig it. And there's the miniature Soundwave, which has a port on the back. It's just two pieces stuck together, but some nice detailing on it. And again, the peg can just go in there, or it can go on Soundwave's arms. Very nice touch. And it also means that because he's on this peg, you can store him on the base. Because there's a few extra holes there, you can store it on. Now, in terms of storing this, there's nowhere else you can really store it, unfortunately. And lastly, we've got Ravage. Now, Ravage has a lot more articulation. He's got a bend at the waist here. It's like a big ball joint. So you can break him in half. Help! Soundwave! I don't feel so good. That's not quite how Ravage sounded in the movies, but it is what it is. Oh, and I've just noticed I put these legs on the wrong way around. It doesn't matter. The waffling isn't too bad on these legs. Looks good enough, to be honest. And yeah, he comes with his signature rockets. They're a lot smaller than they are in the cartoon. In the cartoon, they're actually pretty bloody big. They're about, double the size in the cartoon. He does have jaw articulation here. Let me just show that. So yeah, we can open it that far, close it up. Looks cool. And again, head on a ball joint, so you can spin it 360. And yeah, these are ball joints as well, these legs. These legs can only bend so far, and there's nothing really, there's no rockers or anything on the feet, but you can get some decent poses. The tail can move down, up, it's limited. It would be nice if there was a bit more at the top there, but it's fine. It's actually pretty darn good. So you can have him in a sort of like, a leering kind of, he's sniffing, looking for marks and things. You can pull out his paws and stuff as well. Have it so that he's stretching out. Have his legs all the way around. And how does he scale? In terms of the wingspan, yeah, they're about there. Seems like Ratbat's the biggest. In terms of our blue little friend here, yeah, they scale quite nicely. Can he ride him? Yes! That's the most important thing. You want to have riding Ravage. So that's definitely a cool option that you can do. Yes. That is perfect. I'm digging it. Ravage, probably not so much. Probably a big strain on his back. But yeah. Now let's try the final feature. I've not tried this out yet, so this will be as surprising to me as it is for you. Now, there is features with this. This has got a magnet in it. It's also got a slot there so you can store it right on the front here of the stand, which is great. So you do get some storage on some things, but not so much on others, which is a bit of a shame. So if we swipe this down by his head, I don't know, I think there we go. We can turn on his eyes. And for sound effects, fuck me, that was loud. But yeah, it sounds nothing like Soundwave. Very cool. Nice feature though. I have no idea what it's saying. The sounds are horrible for this thing. Oh, he said eject, eject, eject. But yeah, I'm not overly fond of that. In terms of lighting, let's see. If I turn off these lights, yeah, it's picking it up as it is coming through as red, but for some reason it's the camera's picking it up as white. Let's pop those lights back on. So you can see it there, definitely red. yeah. I like the lights anyway. Lights is okay. I don't know. Yeah, you just hold it down. Yeah, the sounds is absolutely crap. It sounds really, really tacky, but I don't think people get these for the sound effects. I think if you want the, proper sound effects and you've got money to burn, then RoboSend's a good option. But yeah, so how would I rate this guy? Well, for 40 quid, and you get like decent size, tape deck guys with limited articulation granted, but I mean, you get the Cybertronian Laserbeak, which is pretty cool. Ravage, yeah, the leg department isn't great. But yeah, I think this is a fun little novelty. I think these guys pretty darn cool. Is it worth 40 quid? I don't know. I mean, it is a very challenging build. If you were to just pop everything out without looking at the instructions, yeah, you would really struggle. It might take you a few days, but it took me a couple of hours to build all up. And yeah, I had fun. I dig these guys. Will I do a diorama with them? Probably not. I don't know. What kind of diorama could you even do with them? Not too sure. If you've got any ideas, let me know in the comment section below. But that's our Action Master Blokees Soundwave. Thanks again for watching, and bye.